So anyway, I noticed a guy the other day was looking at his girlfriend kind of funny while she was on the phone. He walked up to her and started choking her and wrestled her to the ground. He then whispered in her ear, tell me who you're talking to." She whispered back, mainly because he was choking her, "It's customer service."
Walk into a technology store and jokingly ask them if they have any nanobots there. Look around like you're inspecting the joint and then say, "Nah, no bots here," and just walk off as if you're satisfied that there are indeed no nanobots in the store.
Next time it's Mother's Day, call up your loving mother and simply ask her, "Mother, why didn't you just swallow?"
Do a video where you're cooking a most delicious pastry or something yummy like that for what's supposed to be a loved one, like say your mother for Mother's Day, and then after all the work just spit in it and say this is for you, and then just let the video cut out and then have a different cake delivered to them that looks totally different.
Herpes-Corona-Gonosyphilades. What's that, you might ask? Well, it's just what I got. Still wanna hit this box?
Just the other day I was being chased by a nano, nuisance, negative Nancy, noob, narcoleptic, and then there was a nibbler. I was so scared with all of these N-words coming after me. All at once. And no. None of them were black.
The other day my girlfriend got pregnant. I told her it wasn't mine, so scram. She said, "Why you say that?" I said, "'Cause I got a low sperm count." She was like, "Yeah, because your balls drag on the floor when you walk, old man."
So during the pandemic, the CDC was like, we need to avoid handshakes. I was like, there goes my sex life.
I'm an alcoholic, that's why I tell bad jokes. I like the booze.
So I introduced my black girlfriend to my Caucasian friend named Richard. She was like, "Oh, I always wanted to try some white dick."
So I like to put on female undergarments and then remove them. That's the only way I could ever take a woman's panties off.
My left hand doesn't know what my right hand is doing. That's because my right hand is under the covers, in my pants lol, and my left hand is behind my head.
I'm not anti-T, you know. As in the T of the LGBT, but I don't eat lots of foods that are high in trans fat. In other words, I don't eat lots of foods that are high in tranny fats to be politically correct.
Where I work sucks, and I mean it really, really sucks, but it doesn't feel like a blow job. It's not pleasurable at all working at this job, even though we sell fans, but they don't let us use them.
I just brought back some Mexican food for myself. My girlfriend was there at the house and was like, "I never really liked Mexican food." I was like, "Then you should have no problem leaving my food the F alone." She was like, "Why?" I said, "Because it's nachos." She was like, "Oh." I reiterated that yeah, it's nachos. It's mine, nachos.
While she was unzipping my pants with her mouth, I said, "Ew." She said, "What's wrong?" I said, "You got a fly in your mouth."
My friend is a lesbian and she lives in Georgia, in a place called Decatur. She says that there are a lot of lesbians that live in Decatur. I said, "Imagine that," and she was like, "Why?" I said, "Just look at the sound of the place's name. Decatur, and you can say why the town is such an attraction to lesbians." Decatur.
Fetus, fetus, fetus. Okay, why is it even called a fetus, for Pete's sake? I think I know. Well, in the case of a famine, if you chop it up and evenly divide it amongst us, it's gonna feed us for days. Smiley face.
I have a close girlfriend that loves to do her own grocery shopping, but she prefers to go to Aldi instead of Food Lion, Farm Fresh, Kroger or Harris Teeter. Her rationale is that she doesn't discriminate when it comes to the D.
My black girlfriend met this white dude that she was going to cheat on me with. She asked him what he was and he told her that he was Hungarian. She said, "What? And to think I was going to sleep with you, but you're obviously a racist and I don't care how big your junk is." Apparently she thought that he was some type of neo-Nazi that was hung like a bull, but his nationality was Hungarian, but at least she didn't cheat on me, but I wouldn't have said anything if she had, because I'm not racist. Smiley face?
What's it called when a man drags his pet pig by a leash? Pulled pork? Okay, what's it called when you tie up a man's limbs separately attaching the ropes to horses or cars that simultaneously take off, leaving the man dismembered? It's called quartering, I think. Okay, but what if he's a cop? Oh, it's called pulled pork. Sad face.
You know, I always knew that one of my closest friends was gay, because every time he farted, it smelled like condoms. But as bad as the smell was, I was always relieved to know that he practiced safe sex.
This really big butt lady walked in the ER wheezing like crazy while carrying a rather huge inhaler. I stood up and yelled out, "Damn, girl, you got a fat asthma. Pump." I then threw up my hands defensively as if to not mean to offend her.